All right. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Melanie Hayden-Sparks, and I'm the founder of H3O, and I'm really excited to be sharing a brand new product that we're just launching that's going to be presented to you, probably from one of our heart, health, and home facilitators, or you may have found us on our shop online at www.h3o.com. So I want to give you a little bit of background to this product, because this product really has been a labor of love and has been in development for approximately 3 years. 3 years since it was 3 years ago that I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer. And as part of my journey of recovery, I started to take a look at ways that I could change my lifestyle so that I could bring things into my life that were going to help me live healthier and to do as much as I could to avert a reoccurrence of course, any type of cancer. So through this journey, I looked at a whole lot of different things that not only affected my lifestyle, but especially around how I was eating. And there's very clearly some wonderful information out there sharing different diets and things that you can have in your diet that are going to help to be more, anti-cancer proof. Now, there's nothing out there that we can guarantee is going to guarantee you don't get cancer, and there's certainly nothing nutritionally that we're saying cures cancer, but we certainly know that there's some things that can help our body to function at its optimum performance and to give us a better advantage. So that's really where I started at, and pretty soon I found myself in my kitchen, and I was doing juicing with kale and taking different antioxidants into my body and making sure I was getting lots of multivitamins and hydration and bringing other anti-inflammatory type of ingredients in. And what was happening was I was spending a ton of time every day mixing up all of my special potions, and was also finding that it was extremely expensive. So that's when I decided there needed to be an easier way for people to be able to do good things for themselves. And I invited a very good friend of mine that I have a great deal of respect and admiration for, which is Dr. Christian Sood from the Total Health Center. Now, Dr. Sood has a wonderful company that not only does formulating and manufacturing, but also does some great work in the areas of working with Health Canada to be able to work within regulatory requirements and so on. So I'm happy to have Dr. Christian Sood join me on this webinar to help me share a little bit more of the background into our wonderful product that we're calling Brink. So Dr. Sood, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Great. Now, I was wondering if maybe you could give everybody a little bit of background on this product, because one of the things people always say is the science behind this product, and is the quality there, and is it safe? And so can you give them a little bit of information as to what's behind this?
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, we developed this in compliance with the NHP regulatory framework, which is a framework for Canada that regulates these types of products. Okay, and we developed this formulation to contain a wide spectrum of nutrients, so that just as you mentioned, it could replace the large number of supplements that people take on a daily basis, and would be a cost and time-effective way to get the nutrients that you require.
Right. Now, Dr. Sood, within your team of people, and I've been so blessed to be able to go to your operation in Ontario and to be able to see the vast team that you have put together that is doing this formulating and compounding of these products. So I know on our slide here we've got chemistry, toxicology, pharmacy, all sorts of different types of expertises that are involved in the creating of these products. And one of the things that people ask me is they are under this belief that this isn't well regulated and safe. And if you could talk about this NHP regulatory framework and what's gone into this, I'd appreciate it.
Well, the notion that natural health products aren't regulated is completely false. Canada's taken a leadership role in regulating these products for our country and within the world. They created a separate directorate. It's called the Natural Health Products Directorate. It requires that anybody who's engaged in natural health products, whether it's in manufacturing or formulating, or even the brand owner, if they're marketing a natural health product, they require licenses of some sort. So on the slide, you see that our facility actually has 3 groups that are licensed federally by the Canadian government to produce these products and to test these products and to have them available for sale to your facilitator. So the product itself has been reviewed by Health Canada, and they are in the process of giving us a natural health product number. And in this, the manufacturing is done in a site which has been approved by the Canadian government, and the product is actually tested to meet label claim in a facility that is approved and licensed by the federal government. So there's a large amount of regulation which is centered about natural health products in terms, right from the beginning to the end, from raw material procurement to finished product release, and in fact that oversight extends to once the product is in the market. We have to continually survey the market for adverse events or complaints or anything like that. So we're fully responsible. So the notion that there's no oversight is completely false.
And one of the other things that people bring up to me is this concern. Is it, does it have any toxins in it, and is it free of pesticides and herbicides and so on, and wondering if it's organic. And we've chose not to step into that because it's not well regulated, and yet at the same time that there's these wonderful standards in place to test every raw ingredient before it ever goes into a product to make sure that there aren't levels of pesticides and herbicides that people need to be concerned with, and that people are getting a good, clean product that is not, that they don't have to be concerned with these contaminations.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think, when we take a look at the research and development, and I've got some great little pictures here of some of the team that's worked on this product. Can you talk a little bit about the R&D? How do we know this was a great combination? And how did we come up with this formula? And I was just so grateful that I came to you with this list and said, this is what I'm looking for, and I don't want to be taking a big handful of pills every day. And I knew that for myself, hydration was a big deal. And so this is a very novel product. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the novelty is that we've taken the entire concept back to some common sense roots. And so we've formulated all the necessary vitamins and minerals that you need from a properly balanced diet into this formula, and we've looked at different nutrients which are outside of the nutritional intake nutrients that we traditionally look at, and combine them into this formulation. So, for example, we don't have, if you compare our formula to the drugstore multivitamin, we don't have hundreds and hundreds of overages in terms of the vitamins. We have the recommended daily intake because our concept is to nourish. And in the course of nourishment, we realize that the body uses what it can and excretes the rest. So all the vitamins are present at the RDI level, which is the recommended daily intake level.
Right.
We've taken other nutrients such as chlorophyll, which is a very potent green nutrient known for a number of well-known health properties, and incorporated into this formulation, which we believe makes the formulation very unique. We've yet to see a similar type of product on the marketplace, although you can easily spend the same money for both types of products in the marketplace, getting a vitamin mineral product and a greens product. And in the greens products, greens come from a number of different ingredients, and you could easily have 100 different types of ingredients, but we've chosen to stick with chlorophyll, which is the reason all plants are green. And so that, back to the common sense approach. And we formulated this product into a base of very strong antioxidants, which are quite important in the overall maintenance of good health. And they have many specific applications in different health conditions that maybe we'll get to later on. But we've utilized the antioxidant capacity of molecules called proanthocyanidins, which are present most predominantly in berries. Right. Have incorporated these berry extracts and concentrates right into the base. So not only does the product taste really good, it's very good for you. And it's good for you because it has a lot of these antioxidant molecules in there. So it's a very unique formulation.
Mm-hmm.
The research that goes into developing such a formula which is this complicated involves in making sure that all the components are stable and that they can be readily available for absorption. So it is quite a long process because, as you can imagine, each ingredient has an impact on the next ingredient, and so we have to assess that before we bring the product to market.
Right. And what's so unique about this is when people take a look at the product, they're thinking, oh, this is like other juice products out there where you're taking a shot a day. This isn't. You're going to mix 2 tablespoons of this into a big glass of water, and you're going to make yourself a glass of juice. Or you can make the glass of juice and put it into your blender, and you can make a smoothie out of it, which was one of the things that was really important for me, was that, you know, I want some versatility in how I'm taking my products, and I am not a big fan of taking this big fistful of tablets or pills every day. And so this is also allowing me to have everything that I wanted to have and to be able to do it efficiently, but also recognizing that hydration is another really key component to good health. So I wanted to be able to find a way to get more water intake, so putting it into this cup of juice format was going to be something that was allowing people to have it in a concentrate so that they weren't paying for the glass of water as well, and to allow people to have some flexibility in how it was being used. The other thing that was really important to me is I wanted it low calorie, low carb, and I didn't want any sugar in it or artificial sweeteners. So we have added even some fiber into it, some prebiotic, just, you know, you've got your fruits and vegetable extracts, but I also wanted some anti-inflammatory components in it as well. So can you maybe comment on that a little bit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. This product is sweetened naturally with stevia. There's no sugar in here, and that's one of the consequences of a number of these juice products that are on the market. That if you're going to derive a lot of your flavor base from fruits, you're going to get a lot of sugar. And so our product has very low calories from that perspective and low sugar content because we've chosen to sweeten it with stevia. And so as a result, you have less GI tract sort of irritation that you can get with sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners and even corn-based sweeteners like fructose and so forth.
Right.
And product also provides a little bit of fiber.
Yeah.
And so that fiber is actually in the format of prebiotic, which is nutrition for friendly bacteria in the large intestine. So it's very beneficial from that perspective because you are getting some fiber, vitamins, minerals, green ingredients, and lots of antioxidants.
Right. And, you know, go ahead.
Yeah, the anti-inflammatory component comes from an East Indian herb called turmeric, which is intensely bright yellow in color, but has a lot of interesting anti-inflammatory and potent anti-inflammatory activity. And so we've included that as part of our philosophy, is that we want to nourish and help the body regain homeostatic control. And so that's why we've put a little bit of turmeric into this formulation as well.
Right. And, you know, I think one of the things even to talk about stevia is pretty emerging. And a lot of people are trying it, and they're not getting the good quality of stevia because it's not readily available. And that was one of the processes that we went through, that we were able to find this amazing source of stevia that does not extract, you know, that doesn't grind up the whole plant. And in fact, it just extracts the center of the plant, which reduces any bitterness or aftertaste from it. So I'm just so thrilled with this product because it tastes delicious. So I'm on the slide right now that's talking about, you know, what are the benefits of it. You know, health claims are a real interesting thing, and as I watch companies out there selling all sorts of different juices and people telling me that it's going to cure everything from, you know, cancer all the way through to diabetes and so on, that legally you can't do that because natural health products are about prevention. If you're going to start treating disease, it's called a pharmaceutical. And so that doesn't mean that there's not great benefits towards these things. So we're talking here about a whole list of things that we've brought into benefits of taking this product. And can you maybe comment a little bit on that, because we've done some additional things where we made sure there was 1,000 international units of vitamin D, for example, which is higher than the RDI. But overall, Dr. Sood, what can people expect from this?
Well, I think they can expect whatever they can expect. Generally, good. What we're trying to do with this product, is to generate good health and provide your body with the tools for maintenance of good health. So you see, there's many ingredients here which address different organ systems that just really help maintain their function and the health of those tissues, and that's the reason why we have RDI values. But that's also the reason we have such a broad spectrum of health benefits. Our goal here is to nourish, and you made a great point by just earlier on by saying that we're not here to treat any particular disorder, because we recognize disorders and disease are very complicated. And for all we know, multifactorial. There might be many reasons why we're in a particular health condition. So this supplement's really designed to bring us back home, back to a better state of health, and that's why there are many general types of ingredients in here that cover a wide range of disorders.
Right. And, you know, for myself, I've been the guinea pig. I would not allow this company to put out any product that I wasn't willing to take myself, and that I wasn't feeling absolutely confident in it, that it was to the standard of what I would want my own family and friends to have. And I've got to tell you that, you know, as I've been using the product and as we've been evolving the product out, the final thing was to be able to get the flavor right, because it absolutely had to taste good. But I can tell you the first place that I started to see a change was in my skin. And my skin just, people are actually commenting on how much younger I look. And, you know, there's a whole lot of discussion about how the acai berry and the maqui berry and some of these other ingredients contribute to anti-aging. And I'm certainly seeing that for myself. The other thing is that there's a number of ingredients in here as well that that help with stabilizing your blood sugar. And I know for myself, I have also seen weight management and stabilization as far as in cravings of foods and stuff. But I think in the end, everybody's going to see a different impact depending upon their lifestyle and the state of their health at the time they start to take it. I'd also comment that you know, I think it's just a good, I think you said a good cup of common sense or a good dose of prevention, in that if you're eating a great diet, there's a discussion as to whether or not people need multivitamins or not. Well, the good news is that we don't always know what the nutritional content is of the fruits and vegetables that we're eating. And so, yeah, well, the one thing you know is you don't want to get into a deficiency. Now, I know when I'm not eating well, I take a little bit more than the daily requirement of 2 tablespoons, and I know that sometimes if I feel like I'm eating really great, that maybe I'll take less. But the one thing I know is that the feeling that I get when I don't take the product for even a couple days, if I've been away on a weekend or something, I start to feel it different. And I have to wonder if it's the anti-inflammatory or what, but I know that I'm feeling significantly better since I started taking this product. So if we can just summarize the development of Brink, it's unique. It's a beverage concentrate, so it's not a juice where you take a shot, you mix it into a glass of water. It's got the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals, less than 1 gram of sugar. So Dr. Sood, would this be a product that would be recommended to people that are diabetics?
Yeah, absolutely. With one gram of sugar, it's actually not going to have a high glycemic index, so it should be safe for diabetics, absolutely.
Right. High ORAC value, and maybe if you can comment a little bit on what that means as we're getting into all of these different berries that are out there.
Well, the ORAC value is it's an experimental measurement of how potent the antioxidant ability of a specific molecule is. So, for example, we have molecules within cranberries or blueberries, and they have a very high ORAC value. What that means is these products, like blueberries and cranberries, have a very high ability to get rid of free radicals.
Right.
which cause a lot of oxidative damage in cells and so forth. And it's postulated that this damage actually causes different types of disorders and is responsible for lots of disease. And so to have a diet rich in antioxidants, which are materials that have high ORAC values, is going to be generally beneficial for one's health. We're still trying to understand those mechanisms, and the ORAC value is really something that you have to be a little bit careful of, because every day something new is coming out onto the internet or into the mainstream press about how great the ORAC value is. But it is certainly a measurement of how good of an antioxidant a particular compound is.
Right.
And so if you look at the ORAC value of the Brink drink,
it's
quite high in comparison to a lot of other types of products on the market, and it was formulated with that in mind.
Right. So what this basically does is, and I heard somebody when we were talking about free radicals and so on, that they said the free radicals are breaking down the cells, right?
Yeah.
And so that's like if you take and you peel an apple and you let it sit open and it starts to turn brown, that's the free radicals attacking the apple, correct?
Yeah, that's a good analogy, yeah.
Yeah. So then when you put the lemon juice on it, what's the lemon juice do?
Yeah, just that. It's preventing the oxidation that's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where we call it an antioxidant. So, I think it's a healthy thing to increase the intake of within our diets. And I think you're right that there's a lot more to understand. The thing that got me when I started to research this, and I love the acai berry and the maki berry and cranberries and blueberries and all this great information out there about these richly colored berries. However, they're extremely expensive to get something that's good quality. Or I know on myself, I was at Costco and I was looking at a bottle of acai berry, and the first few ingredients were sugar and water. So those are not the things that I want to get what's good as well. So that's why I was so passionate about getting into the extracts and the purees that we've used in ours to make sure that they are potent and that they are good quality without having all of the other sugars and so on in them that aren't desirable. We've got the fruit extracts. We also know how beneficial different fruits are. We also, of course, have talked already about the turmeric, but also grapeseed extract in helping benefit us as well with anti-inflammation. The chlorophyll complex that we've used is got everything from broccoli to spinach to Brussels sprouts and cabbage and kale and celery and asparagus. Also, the different berry complexes, and all the way into the prebiotics and the fiber, and of course the stevia. So great overview of all of this, and the benefits of it again are going to be multifactorial, as you call it, and really looking forward to helping people to nourish their bodies in a way to let our amazing bodies do what it was created to do. So I'm really, really excited to be able to offer this wonderful product, a 30-day supply. That's 2 tablespoons a day for $69.99. And as I said, for me to be doing my own juicing and extracting, I was up to around the $20 a day mark. And so this is, I think, for everything coming together, not only is it affordable, it is also efficient, and you've got a lot of flexibility and versatility so that you don't get bored with taking the same old products. I personally find that the digestion of this product is much easier. We always suggest that you take a multivitamin with a meal, but it also gives people the opportunity that if you want to divide up your intake, so if you want to take a tablespoon in the morning with your breakfast and a tablespoon at lunchtime, that you can do that and be able to be more efficient with your distribution of your multivitamins and minerals and antioxidants throughout your day. So it all comes down to about the price of a good cup of coffee to be able to pack your body with some great nutrients, because in the end our bodies are amazing, and when we feed them right, we take care of them, we are hydrated and we are rested, our bodies can function and can fight off anything that's going to come into its path. So I want to thank you, Dr. Sood, from the bottom of my heart for what you have done in supporting me in my journey. And I got to tell you, having this product in my hand to be able to present to my friends and family has been quite emotional, as I have a little bit of peace of mind when I go to bed at night that I'm doing a lot for myself to help myself to live a long and healthy life. And it's a little bit of a security blanket for me to be able to get those I love on it as well. So excited to bring this to our community here in Canada, and just cannot thank you enough for locking arms with me. And when I walked in there with all my ideas, and certainly the discussions and the rationale behind this over the last 3 years has been very educational for me. And thank you for believing. Thank you for working so hard to make this happen.
My pleasure.
Well, I want to invite all of our friends to not only try Brink and get on the Brink, and people ask me sometimes, what does that stand for? Well, it's a berry drink, and Brink came together, but also when I looked up Brink in the dictionary, it was talking about being at the edge, and I believe this wonderful product is going to give you the edge. So I hope you will visit us with shophTrio.com. and also talk to maybe one of our H-Trio facilitators and have an opportunity to try this amazing product, and we know it's going to make a wonderful difference. So thank you for listening in. Thank you, Dr. Sood, once again, and thank you to all of our amazing H-Trio facilitators for leading the way and sharing this opportunity, which is, I believe, a powerful tool and some education to help people be long and healthy in their lives. So take care, everyone, and I appreciate your time.